What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled How America Promotes Criminality. I saw a trailer with the new movie coming out with Tom Cruise. Don't know the name of it. But it made me think about something. And because when people was talking about the shooter in Vegas, how didn't they see this guy bring this many guns? Well, you got to take into consideration that media, marketing, and propaganda really have a hold on a lot of people's psyche. I mean, it's probably not the smartest thing to be controlled by imagery that makes you believe certain narratives, but that's the way it is. And the reason I bring that up is because you notice how they have these movies with criminals, and white criminals seem to be fun-loving, opportunistic individuals who just happen to come up on millions doing crime by happenstance, right? There's a narrative for blacks that's the opposite of that. A narrative for Hispanics, a narrative for Arabs, and a narrative for Asians, and sometimes the narrative fluctuates, So I think because outside of America, people make their own narrative, so it to some degree helps. But you got to think about it like these are true stories, like the Tom Cruise story, true story. Guy basically helps out the CIA by being a drug mule. So that's the government, right? He's working for the government as a drug mule for Noriega or something like that, right? And then you remember the movie Blow was about the same thing. I remember, and they had a movie maybe a year or two ago with Jonah Hill. That was a true story about these young guys who just applied to be arms dealers out of the blue, and the government just made them millionaires to go basically give out guns to foreign countries for profit, to in some ways have their own coups to take over the military and their own organizations of terrorism or gangs or drugs or whatever, right? But it was presented as like it's a comedy, I remember watching the movie The Counselor, where they tried to have all these drug dealers be some exotic, cool individuals who were destroying people's lives, and they just happened to be a lawyer and just happen to, do this and do that, and it's just, oh, his girlfriend got killed in the end because I feel so sorry for her. She was such a good girl, type of thing, and then nobody puts two and two together to say that, you know what, this is how, plus with all these action movies, and I love me a good action movie, with all these action movies with these characters just walking in, and just shooting up places and destroying property and blowing up buildings and stealing cars and causing 50-car pileups on the freeway in the middle of a shootout, which only the bad guys got shot, but 500 rounds just spilt across a bunch of moving people, and the camera doesn't pan around to the people that were innocent that got shot, right? All the scenes just look so entertaining and cool. and you look at it and you don't realize how this plays out in real life. Like, you know, this is how you got people walking around in open carry, just assault rifles on them. People like, it's my right. And though it does make people uncomfortable, um, it's pretty much normalized by imagery, by movies, by television. Same thing with the criminality with you know law enforcement and fire departments. You get these shows or these other law shows who do this. We're showing how corrupt the city is. The Chicago Fire, the Chicago PD, the but at the same time, what about Chicago? Because how dare they show things like when The Wire was out, the difference in criminality from that and The Sopranos, it was all dark, grungy, dirty, impoverished neighborhoods, and people was just never gonna make it out the hood, right? But The Sopranos, everybody was clean cut, living in nice upper class neighborhoods, doing having good jobs and great covers and everything. And nobody ever really asked, like, don't you think this is kind of odd that you're making criminality just so, when you change the color, it's a sympathetic figure. Like Ray Donovan's a dope show, criminal, but people look deep into his heart. Shameless, weird show, but crazy, you know. Like I said, I used to love the Sons of Anarchy. Still think Jax was a punk. To this day, Jax was a punk. He got Oak killed. Didn't do nothing about it. Punk. Anyway, but that show, it's cool. Yeah. But remember, after that, they had the fight with the bikers at the Twin Peaks. Forgot what it was in Texas. I forget. But it was like a huge bar fight at the Twin Peaks. And they acted like these people were just, these guys just had a bit of a scuffle, a skerfuffle. No, that was a murderous gang fight. They were shooting people in a family diner, spin off of Hooters, but it's still a family diner, right? It's stabbing folks, and then the owner of the diner, I'm not snitching. Like, okay, all right, I see you. But people don't take this stuff into consideration. Like, maybe you're pushing it. Maybe you're really pushing it because when you see actual people who are Caucasian about to looking criminal or doing criminal things, people would just overlook it like, he reminds me of my favorite character, the Joker. I didn't mean to say that way, but you see how that panned out in that movie theater, though. When the kid at Sandy Hook just rolled up with an AR-15 and body armor, and people wasn't thinking like, why would he walk up to a school with body armor and a assault rifle? No, we got to get out of here. They portrayed it as if that's how it happened. Like he just walked up and it's like, little Jimmy came here with a bodysuit on and an AR-15, and we weren't the wiser. Got the drop on us. Like, this is because you're promoting this nonsense, man. To this day, same thing with the drug trade. Nobody sees the face of the American heroin dealer or the opioid dealer because it's already pretty much assumed that it's some white people. So can't demonize them. They're like your favorite character in your favorite drug movie. They're Al Pacino. They're Marlon Brando. You know, that type of thing. They're the all American guy and girl, you know, and I think because of that, that image of criminality that is made to look so that's swept under the rug and made to look just entertaining and hilarious, that when things actually happen in real life, people are really caught off guard and they can't deal with it because I couldn't see this coming, and other people of other ethnicities are looking like, we see this coming a mile away. I mean, y'all think these are just movie characters? These these movies are about real people, like really, and to make, you know, evil people look in some ways, humanize them to the point where you have sympathy for them. You don't see the evil around you because, you know, there's always this different tone because the movies, the television, you know, comic books. Because nobody, even though I like superhero movies, you never see these guys save the world, but you don't never see them pick up a brick of all the stuff they destroy. They just blah 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 blah. These ain't empty buildings. They just killing people in. You know, tore down half of fucking New York and then chilling eating Cheetos on a plane to Berlin is the next scene. Damn, we gotta get him, Jen. Could you pass me some soda? Yeah. Can't believe they fucked up New York like that. No, you fucked up New York like that. We're gonna get those criminals. The next movie come out, New York's all back together, and everybody, he saved the world. Okay, if you say so. You know, but that's how it is. But you know, like, and the weird part about it is, if you change the race or religion of these characters, they looked at completely different. Like Tom Cruise's character that is just played cannot be played by Jamie Foxx, even though he would probably make it funnier. You know what I mean? Like, no, because they were like, you know, because for one, it'd be unrealistic to in history, and for two, people wouldn't look at it as so take it so lightheartedly. And this is the problem with how America's promote America. This is the problem with how America promotes criminality, is that, you know, people are delusional about what a criminal looks like at the end of the day. So that's just my thoughts on that. I'm out.